welcome back to the Cinema Asylum podcast. I'm Dylan, one of two superhero and sci-fi experts.
I'm Matthew, the other superhero and sci-fi expert.
I'm Paul Allen. I am the only actual superhero and sci-fi expert here.
Fuck you! Been saying this shit for 3 years. Going on 3 years.
Isn't it hard to believe that we are actually in our 3rd year as the Cinema Asylum podcast?
Mister, I don't read comics.
I'm dyslexic, motherfucker.
Cinema Asylum, crazy name. We might have to switch.
Do what?
It sounded like you said cinnamon asylum.
He did.
I was like, I couldn't tell if that was purpose or not, or on purpose.
It
or
was
not.
on purpose.
Okay.
I wanted to trip you guys up.
No, today we're reviewing The Gorge, which just came out.
Directed by Scott Derrickson.
Yeah.
So before we do that, we have trivia from 2 weeks ago. If you guys get this right, you will be tied with Garrett for first place.
Ain't happening.
Because John is in last.
Thank God.
Okay.
Current
No
total,
offense, John.
Current totals stand is Garrett at 7, you guys at 5, John at 3.
Okay. So regardless, we don't stoop down to John's
Exactly.
level. Short level to stoop down to, I know.
80s animation.
Okay.
What film outside of Indiana Jones was the only movie Spielberg and Lucas produced together?
How is anybody supposed to know this?
It's in the trivia section.
That doesn't mean anything.
That they produced?
Yes.
Nobody pays attention to producers.
And it is a bigger movie. We agreed on that.
When you say that, were you saying it to Dylan or me? That
We
it's a
all
bigger
agreed on
movie.
this. When you guys said it was cheating last year. That was one of the rules. It had to be
The
like
trivia section thing?
the trivia section thing, and that had to be a somewhat bigger movie.
But
It
no
couldn't
one
just be
looks
like-
at producers.
But if it's in the trivia,
It's listed.
it's the criteria. He
Yeah.
meets the criteria for the question.
But no one pays attention to that.
It does. That's why it's trivia. I have to defend Matthew on this.
But
one.
no one pays attention to the producers.
Maybe you should.
It's listed in the trivia
Yeah,
section.
if it's
though.
in the trivia section and it's a bigger movie, he meets the criteria for it. We can't be
You're
like nobody.
not right.
Yeah, exactly. We can't be like, oh well, who pays attention to the crew when we are a movie podcast. like.
For the record, Garrett and John narrowed it down to 2 answers. Neither one of them knew for sure, so they each picked one, and Garrett got it right.
Fuck! 80s. Okay, if it's... Because the question is... George Lucas was in the early stages of communicating with Disney about their stuff. Or about, like, collaborations
I gave them
and
this
stuff
clue,
like that.
too. It's not a Disney movie.
Okay. Because that was my thing. Because I don't fucking remember their names being associated to anything in Disney's animation in the 80s. I don't remember shit about that, so that's good to know. Fuck. If it was...
If you don't get it, you're going to kick yourself.
I know. If it was a bigger movie, then it would be the Hobbit movies. Which, I think the first one came out in the 70s anyway.
Just going to let Dylan figure it out, and then you're going to just piggyback.
Well, I don't know because
When did Old Boy
I feel like
come
there's
out?
loopholes that have been used here.
No.
I have an answer, but I feel like it's more of a joke answer. Because it can't be anything Japanese animation. Or I feel like it can't. I could see them having had some involvement on a Studio Ghibli movie. Could. But with how early it was and with where they were in their careers, I just don't see it. Man. I'm just going to roll with Care Bears the movie. I don't think that's right, but nothing else is coming to mind for me. Because it has to be, in my mind, it has to be American animation. George Lucas was too early in his career to do anything overseas with his films. So if it was a Japanese Japanese studio production, it was American. It was America based. It was like the translation or something like that. That's the one thing that's keeping me from jumping into that side of animation, because that's the most of 80s animation that I know outside of Disney.
Fucking Care Bears.
It's not Care Bears. I know it's not.
So you guys are locking in?
Yeah, I guess.
If Dyllan is, I am.
You had all the time in the world to get this. In the Land Before.
Oh, that's the reason why I'm not a Land Before Time fan. I've only seen one movie, and
Yeah,
that was when I was a little kid.
It was the original. Yeah. They produced the original.
That's the
haven't-
reason why it didn't come to
I
mind.
haven't seen that since I was a kid. I feel like that loopholes were jumped through here, and I don't
No,
know.
no, there wasn't.
That was
There
plenty
was.
That was
No.
a big movie.
Yeah, no, it is. No, Land Before Time is a seriously discussed movie by adults today that grew up on it at least.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people, so I would not have been able to get that. It makes sense why John was able to, because I know that John
No,
fucking
Garrett
loves.
got it.
Well,
Well, John figured out it was his answer was American Taylor Land Before Time.
yeah, that's the thing. John thinking of Land Before Time, because did Garrett suggest that first?
No,
or was
John
it,
did.
Yeah, John's a fan of Land Before Time.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not surprised by that.
John actually led the conversation for once. Instead of just
Good.
piggybacking off what Garrett
That's
said.
cool. Because that's his studio. Animation. For an animation expert, he absolutely should have fucking got it.
That's the safe bet. Just piggyback off Garrett.
Yeah, it really is. When it comes to anything outside of animation, I would piggyback on Garrett. Case in fucking point today.
You said there was another trivia?
No, there was only one.
Oh, okay.
It
I
was-
thought that I missed one other episode.
No, this was only episode 3 tonight. Captain America was like the third main episode.
Oh, okay.
No, I looked back to make sure. You were here for the other one.
Okay.
I don't remember what the other trivia question was. Oh, it was the Cabin in the Woods one
Oh, yeah.
with the bong.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys were both here for that.
Mm-hmm. We've only had 3 episodes in 2025 so
No,
far.
we've
Well,
had
we've been doing a bunch of reviews, too.
Yeah.
So,
Captain America was just like the main episode.
yeah.
Like this one isn't a main episode.
It's just a review.
Yeah. And then we did Creature Commandos and Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we have another review to gorge into here.
Hey.
You have to
No,
give
we
me
don't
props on that one. You have to give me respect on that one.
I do.
This was
I'm suddenly very thankful that we don't have the spring vent going on. Tonight's been a wild chase for Matthew alone.
yeah, this was interesting.
I liked it. I didn't watch the trailer until like 2 weeks ago or
Yeah.
something like that. But I was hooked from the first trailer. It's awesome. It's a very interesting concept. I loved it.
And it's not typical Scott Derrickson fare.
Yeah.
It's action, horror, sci-fi, and romance.
Well, I was the romance thing. I guess I should have expected.
Yeah.
Just based on the trailer, because it was very Taylor Swifty. like I'm not a Swifty myself,
No.
but like I
You have her poster in your bedroom.
I do not.
Yes, you do.
I have Wonder Woman. Oh,
Telling on yourself. No, it
I'll
was
take a
very-
picture and show the fans.
Yeah, it was that like music video that Taylor Swift did, where it's communicating between the two windows. I was like, you're kidding me. I was fine with it here. It's not like that brought me out of it, or I was like, they did this on purpose or some stupid crap. But no, the Swifties are gonna come after me for calling it stupid crap.
hey, think of the bright side. We can at least mention it in the tags in the video, so it gets the Swifties to watch the video.
You know what? No such thing as bad publicity, apparently.
We are screwing ourselves right now.
Whatever, man. No, I really liked it. I thought that the mix of genres was really intriguing.
It was.
I'm not somebody who's used to seeing Miles Teller in an action role.
Yes.
And me personally, I love Miles Teller. Everything that I've seen him in, which I haven't seen his entire filmography, I really wish that I did. I think that he's wonderful. He's the main reason why I wanted to watch Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick's great.
But
This movie might be giving Paul whiplash, though.
I'm about to give you whiplash.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
Damn, J.K. Simmons, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Not my fucking tempo!
I thought horror is your tempo.
Well, I haven't seen it because someone wouldn't let me have his Apple password.
I was watching it when you wouldn't be
Butthole.
watching it.
I could have watched it after.
Dude,
You wouldn't have had time. I didn't finish it till like 4.
Turd.
since this isn't a main episode, do we really care about this being spoilers?
No.
Okay.
We
So-
we never have.
I know, but
That
it's
was a
within
Garrett
3
thing.
weeks. It's within 3 weeks.
Well, that was a Garrett thing. He was the only one. We've just been jumping right in.
Yeah, I will. That confused
Saying
me
spoilers right at
on
the
Brave
beginning
New
of the
World. Yeah, I was like, I feel like we just jumped straight
Yeah,
in.
we usually just said there could be spoilers right at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, because we're not going to talk about the episode.
Yeah.
No, okay, spoilers. I kind of wish that they would have spent more time in the Gorge.
Yes.
Not that I don't think the amount of time that they spent in there wasn't enough, because it definitely further along what they were doing. It served its purpose, and honestly, I love the fucking set designs in it. I love the overall creature design.
Yeah. The cinematography is dope in this movie.
It's beautiful.
And when you get down to the Gorge with the color grading, like the purple and the
Yes.
orange, oh yeah.
The difference in the I don't want to call it the fog because we know that it's not fog.
Right.
The smog.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like
Yeah.
is the better word for
Yeah,
it.
that's better.
Because
Because it went from purple at first to like orange and
Yeah, it started out in
It's
like
been
in
yellow.
that yellow, and then
Yeah.
it transitioned like that hard transition between the two. I was like, that's crazy that there's no blend there, but
Yeah.
it works. I don't know what it is, but it works for me. I like the differences in color in the different areas.
yeah.
Because like while the yellow was very like dead woods, like a haunted swamp almost.
Yeah.
While it was like that, the purple was much more of a it helped the ghost town of it.
Yeah.
And it helped that like haunted the twisted and the twisted and just gruesome images of those trees, where it was the people that combined with the nature around them was oh my gosh, yeah, it was insane. I was like, this is awesome.
It is.
Side comment, I'm so upset that Scott Derrickson didn't continue on to do Multiverse of Madness, because I know that shit would have been in it.
Yeah.
Faggy, damn it. I love Multiverse of Madness, don't get me wrong, but
Apparently
really
he
wish
might
that
come
we-
back for Doctor Strange 3.
please. Not that I don't, I either want Derrickson or Raimi.
Yeah.
I think that what they both did with their movies respectively
Yeah.
were great.
Yeah.
I need either of them back. Or both of them. I don't know. Blend the two.
Oh,
It
shoot,
could
what
work
if they were
really
a
well.
directing duo with it?
Dude, that would be
We would not be ready.
insane. No, back
Yeah, back to
back to Gorge. I'm somebody who I'm allergic to spider bites. It's one of the only, if not the only allergy that I know about myself.
Oh, the skull spiders.
Yeah.
They look like skulls, I think.
No. My immediate pull from it, and there's no way that this wasn't like in their minds when they were designing the concept of the spiders. There's no way that it wasn't. It was very Skulltula from Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
In Ocarina of Time, you get introduced to the Skulltulas. They might appear before then. I can't remember. Everything's 8-bit before that, so it's hard to tell regardless. But in Ocarina of Time, there are these people that are cursed. Like this entire family, there's like 80 of them. And they're all cursed, and they're turned into these like human spider hybrids.
Okay.
And as soon as I saw the spider webs in there, I saw it focused in on the thing moving across the rafter and everything. I was like, we're getting a fucking Skulltula thing. And sure as hell we got Skulltulas. And I love it.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I'm not somebody who's afraid of spiders, but I was afraid of that shit. Dude, it's so cool. Like, there was so much sauce in this movie. I just, all the creature designs, all the just the shots above the gorge,
I might have to save a picture of it to show Terry at work. She's terrified of spiders.
It should be-
Terrified?
Hey.
show her the jump scare, the initial one, please. Oh my god, it was so cool. When they were leaving through the missile silo and everything, when they had to cross the bridge, the interconnected mass of people.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, that was so. It was so disgusting.
That kind of reminded me of like a alien egg situation, like going through the alien.
Yes,
eggs.
yeah. It was like if we do even one thing wrong, we're
screwed.
fucked. Yeah, like that came to mind. What came to mind was also Vecna's house in season 4.
Yeah.
Like that came to mind too. I was like, dude, I just know that they're gonna fuck one thing up, and it's gonna wake everything.
Paul loves Vecna so much.
It's such a good design. I love it.
You motherfucker. Have I told you the story?
No.
All right, so
Time out.
so hopefully none of my bosses watch this. I don't think any of them do. I strictly for back pain and if I'm having trouble sleeping or if I'm just in a general bad spot mentally, I will take an edible. Completely, it's what you can get at a gas station, you know what I mean? But it's one of the only things that does the trick. It really is the only thing. So I took an edible before I got to Matthew's. This has been a few months now.
Okay.
He was watching season 4 of Stranger Things. Now, I didn't feel the edible kick in.
Right. Yeah. You really don't.
About-
You don't.
About
don't
an hour
realize.
passes, and I'm like, well, that it must have just not had anything in it, so I'm gonna take another. Which I feel it hit me as I'm like sitting down and Stranger Things is on. I feel it hit me around the time that Vecna comes on screen, and let me tell you, you don't know fear until you see Vecna while high.
Homie is just like grabbing the couch. No, no.
Yeah. that is how it goes. That's the reason why I stay away from horror shit. When I've gotten high, I steer away from that as fiercely as I can.
I'm glad we got that on video.
Holy hell, dude. It's got to be like really trippy watching it if you watch it for the first time outside of a high.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you watch it during a high, like afterwards, it has to be insane.
I've got an idea. We don't have to do it for the podcast if we don't want to. We could just do it for us personally. We'll get a live video of you guys watching Sinister High.
Fuck that.
I'll do it.
No.
I'll do it. We can do it together. I got you.
No.
I got you.
No.
Come on.
No.
Come on. Matthew.
Listen.
Hear me out. Do not answer until you've heard me out. I do not think that it would mess with anything.
No.
You would be fine.
No.
You don't think that he should?
No.
No.
Why not?
No. I'm not going to explain it on the podcast. No. Like, Matthew, genuinely?
No.
No. Like, as somebody who's experienced? No.
John.
Yes.
On top of being sinister too.
I wouldn't
Don't
say
tell him that it's sinister.
I wouldn't say sinister because of how he is with horror movies.
Okay, The Conjuring.
No! I think that he would have a hell of a time just with one of the Studio Ghibli movies. Like, I think that if you showed him John High watching Akira,
What's that one about the nuclear disaster where they slowly starve to death? It's a Japanese movie.
No.
It's like post World War II, like during World War II, and it's like 2 orphan kids, and like they slowly starve to death.
Is it animated?
Yeah, it's an anime.
I have a guess, but I haven't seen the movie, so I don't want to say. My guess would be like Grave of the Fireflies.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. That's a dark movie. From what I've heard, it's dark.
Chernobyl Diaries.
Oh my god, dude.
It has the word diaries in it. He will not suspect a thing.
That's true. That's true. Admittedly, yeah.
He's watching this, just like plotting our demise.
Yeah.
We can
He's
cut
just
this part
steaming
out.
at home. No, back to the Gorge.
Yeah.
No, amazing movie. It's so
It is.
awesome. Miles Teller is awesome. Anya Taylor-Joy is amazing. I'm always very happy to see Sigourney Weaver
Yeah.
show up. My first thought when she came to the movie wasn't so much her character. It kind
There's
of
gonna be aliens in the movie.
well, like, that did happen. I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely like a pessimistic, like jaded Ripley here. Like this is her. She got corporatized. No, my first thing was like, it's gonna suck when she passes.
Yeah.
Because she is such a staple in the sci-fi industry.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you think about her roles in the sci-fi industry, or if you're like, oh, well, they're not major movies. It doesn't matter. She is a staple. She has earned herself as a staple.
Have you
Just beyond being Ripley.
Have you seen her yearbook photo?
No.
The caption under it said, "Please don't let me be normal."
Yes. All right. We stand. Hell yeah, dude. I love Sigourney Weaver. She is so great.
Yes.
One of my favorite bits of BTS about her is how she was going into the audition for Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
She thought that her character literally turned into a dog. Like not like a demon dog, not like possessed or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like literally turns into a dog. So in the audition, she got on to all fours and ran around like a dog and started like chewing on furniture and stuff. Like it was wild.
I'm not gonna comment.
Yeah.
Um,
But when she turned up, I forgot. It was one of the things that I forgot about from the trailer because I just watched the trailer once.
Yeah.
And went about my day until the movie came out.
Yeah.
Because I hate being spoiled about the movie, and if I can only like absorb information once, that's best. I don't.
The
want
trailer
to
for this
drill
didn't
it out.
reveal a lot, though.
No, it didn't. No, it revealed that they go into the gorge at one point, and
Yeah.
that there's something in the gorge.
Yeah. It didn't even reveal the true nature of the gorge.
Well, I was surprised that we got the creatures that up close and personal so early.
Yeah. But because in the trailer, and they say it like probably 15 minutes into the movie, what you assume is fact in the trailer is only a guess of someone later in the movie. That's a door to hell.
Yeah.
It wasn't actually factual compared to for the rest of the movie.
Yeah. I like what they did, and I still like the comparison being used for that words the gate to hell.
Yeah.
I still like that even after knowing what it was.
Yeah.
But I love how they built up the gorge.
Yes.
Like they made, and maybe it's just something that I've been noticing in movies more recently, just on my own. But I like how movies set up non-human pieces of the movie as their own characters.
Yeah.
And that's something that I feel like every movie should do. It is set up like the movie or the music should be in its own character. The
Yeah.
locations should be their own character. I feel like a lot of movies do it well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Poor Things from last year. Their set design was worth it.
Yeah.
The costumes were great, but that was part of the actual characters themselves.
I got something to bring up.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'll lead it back to what you said a second ago. It reminded me of another movie. This was so much better quality-wise. The action scenes with the guns reminded me of Resident Evil,
One.
the first one.
Okay, it's been a hot minute.
Just like the whole shooting scenes with like creatures coming at them, it really reminded me of being in the Hive in the first Resident Evil movie.
Huh.
And similarly,
Silmarillion.
Cinema and Asylum podcast.
Great book by Tolkien.
in similar fashion, we'll say.
Yes.
Resident Evil was composed by Marilyn Manson, the score.
Okay, yeah,
And,
I can tell. Okay, retroactive.
Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails did the score for this.
That's right. I forgot about that. And he nailed it here.
Yes,
No,
the score is
I loved
phenomenal.
it. Yeah, this entire movie was
A banger.
it
Yeah.
really was. No, because like I some of it was there was like a moment or two where I was like, oh well, that's convenient.
Yeah.
But like aside from that, I was like, this is written. This wasn't based on anything, was it?
No,
The completely original concept.
I believe so, yes.
We need more of this.
Yeah.
I know that we can't really get a sequel to The Gorge, but
Right.
like
Something similar, yeah.
Scott Derrickson, give us something else inside this universe. There's no way that that's the only fucking thing in this universe, in
Right.
that universe.
Or
There
just do
has-
a similar like action horror sci-fi thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like Dark Lake was doing shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't need
Call it the Dark Lake Saga or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't need Miles Hill, Miles and Anya to return.
Right.
That's their story. Their story is over with.
It could be a complete like anthology thing where each movie's a different thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
please do something with.
Give us a
with
trilogy.
them. Yeah, because this was so good.
It is.
There is so much more that can be done in this world with that corrupt company that knew about shit like this.
One of the things I'll say about the cinematography that I kind of wanted to add in to, I feel it's moody and atmospheric.
Mm.
The colors and
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really sets the tone really well.
it sets the tone for the movie really well. Another thing with music, I kind of mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned it to you. I know I mentioned it to Garrett. A lot of movies that have Christmas scenes or Christmas music, they usually play it safe and stick to like the same 5 songs. Rock Around the Christmas Tree, I'll Be Home for Christmas, Jingle Bells, Jingle Bell Rock, Sleigh Ride.
Yeah, it's like the more upbeat and like high tempo ones.
Yeah. Religious ones will sometimes do Joy to the World and Oh Holy Night.
Mm.
And they usually stick to the same version or 2 versions in every movie.
Yeah.
They threw a real curveball here with Twisted Sisters, Oh Come All Ye Faithful.
Yeah.
So, like, that was an unexpected surprise. I didn't think, especially in a big studio movie, that we'd ever get a metal Christmas song.
I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
The industry needs to do it more.
Yeah.
Granted, they need to do it with the right reason for it.
Yes.
This was definitely the right movie for
Yes.
it.
There are certain songs, we will get into this later, won't say why, but there are definitely songs that are overused in movies.
Yeah.
And it's just nice to see something so different.
Yeah, this just felt like a breath of fresh air.
It did.
Like I'm
It truly felt original. Which stinks because it's a streaming original.
yeah.
Instead of a theater release.
My thing is like my thing is like we get so many rehashes and we get so many like franchise entries and stuff like that. Everybody's like, oh, where's the original movies and stuff like that.
And they don't do well.
They don't do well, or like the original movies are just like it's not even. I wouldn't even call them original.
Right.
It's just like they're playing on. A lot of them play on like tropes of the industry and stuff like that.
Because I heard there's one that's pretty original out right now called Companion.
Yes, I need to see that.
And no one's watching it, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, apparently it's doing horrible at the box office. Like, not as bad as some other movies, but it's not good.
That is so upsetting. I've been so excited about it since I saw the first trailer. Yeah, exactly. Like that's a different take on Hollywood tropes and stuff like that. From what I can tell, stuff like that. Like this was another one of those things.
Yeah.
This was it wasn't another trope. It wasn't like playing it formulaic and stuff like that. Like this was so original and it was like this helps like restore a lot of what I think about the film industry and the creative minds behind it.
Not quite as original, but original in execution because of how large scale it is. another streaming movie. Obviously, zombie movies are a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
But I feel like Army of the Dead's somewhat original because it's a big blockbuster zombie movie.
Yeah, yeah. No, I completely see where you're coming at from
Yeah.
that. I'm sorry, I'm just like overloaded.
Yeah. Some streaming movies are way more original than what we get in theaters, and I just wish we got some of these in theaters, even if it's for a week or two.
Yeah. It's the only reason why I'm excited about. There's the only positive I can see. I've mentioned this on other episodes. What Netflix is planning on doing with their own properties,
Okay.
where they want to open up basically their own like little theme parks.
Okay.
I wouldn't so much say theme park, but the way that they announced it, I was like, there's no way that there's not gonna be a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah.
There's something's gonna happen. They want to make their own like themed areas and lands where you can immerse yourself in the world of their IPs.
Like Stranger Things. Yeah.
Like Stranger Things, yeah. That being the
Is
Cobra
there,
Kai
gonna be,
World.
is there gonna be a Cobra Kai dojo? Oh my god, I will be there. I will fucking be there.
They could. I don't know. Like I haven't heard anything else since they announced it.
Although, do they own the IP or do they just have streaming rights?
It's
Streaming
probably
rights.
streaming rights, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
'Cause
Sony
Sony
owns
owns
it.
it, yeah.
God damn it.
So no, you can't have Johnny Lawrence calling you a little wimp.
Well, that's the thing. I think that part of their experience is going to be, I think that they're, and this is entirely a theory, just based on like what Netflix knows that they need to do, because they're fighting that quote unquote uphill battle against this bias against streaming.
Yeah.
It's like it's there for a fucking reason.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but you're not as good as the actual theater industry.
Right.
Like, you're not.
They have some really good movies, but like overall.
Yeah, it's like you can make good products all you want, but at the end of the day, if people are sitting down and watching your shit on their phone, that's not good.
That's not an experience.
That's exactly.
I
part
like
of
to watch
watching movies is the
Interstellar on my phone.
experience. What?
I like to watch Interstellar on my phone.
To be honest, I would watch it on my phone at work. I haven't, but I would.
In 440.
I'm not that crazy.
I could even go down to 240.
Matthew, it's strictly like if I don't have time.
I would do
it's-
it purely to torment you, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, Paul's a different breed. But no, Netflix, I think, is going to do theaters in their little whatever the hell they're doing. I think that they're going to have theaters where you can go there, you can sit down, you can watch like a scheduled. This movie's going to play. This movie's going to play. This movie's going to play. It's going to be their exclusives.
Yeah.
And I think that they're also going to have things where you can sit down and you can binge their series.
Yeah.
I think they'll have those kinds of events. And it's one of those things, like I said, it's the only fucking reason why I'm excited about them doing that.
Right.
Because it's like, these people definitely deserve to have their stuff on the big screen. Like, Stranger Things is an event at this point.
Yes.
Like, it is a worldwide phenomenon.
And it wouldn't be the first TV show to be shown in theaters.
No, I mean,
The Chosen.
yeah, The Chosen. One to jump over into my field, Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Doctor Who shows its episodes. I'm pretty sure they showed an episode 2 of a Star Wars series, but I can't remember.
I want to say it was Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I just cannot remember for the life of me. Actually, they might have shown the entirety of Obi-Wan.
I think they did, actually.
Yeah, I think I remember
It was
that.
like a special event where they screened all back to back to back.
Yeah, I didn't get to do that. I was so bummed out about it.
Yeah.
But no, I want that. The stuff like this. The Gorge is a great movie. It's beautiful.
And
even.
Apple has released their stuff in theaters before.
Yeah.
Napoleon and Killers of the Flower Moon. And Argyle.
This is one of the ones to do it with.
Yeah.
Like Miles Teller and Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
Like, there are two. I'm not going to say that Miles is one of the biggest people in the industry right now. He's a bigger one.
He's more known for indie stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Anya
Whiplash.
Taylor-Joy was in Furiosa last year.
Yeah.
she was in
Dune.
Yeah, she was. Well, I didn't want to see Doom because she's only in it for 5 fucking seconds.
She'll be in Doom Messiah though.
She'll be in Doom Messiah. She was in
She was in
Ralph Fiennes.
The Witch.
She was in Ralph Fiennes.
No, she was in The Witch, but she was in
The Northman.
not The Northman. No, it just came out the other year. It had Ralph Fiennes in it. It had Nicholas Hoult in it.
Renfield? No.
No, it's the horror one that nobody was fucking expecting it to be a fucking horror movie based on the trailer. Where he literally sets a guy on fire in his The Menu. The Menu.
Oh yeah.
She was in The Menu.
You were like melting down.
I know, because I fucking love The Menu. The Menu is an amazing movie. I was kicking myself in the ass for not thinking about it.
I still need to see that and Last Night in Soho.
Dude, it is so good. Last Night in Soho is also fucking amazing. I love her in Last Night in Soho.
God bless you.
Edgar Wright is my all-time favorite director. I love him. I need more from Edgar Wright.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of romance, but like it was handled really well in this.
It was. I loved it. Again, them trading back and forth was giving me Taylor Swift music video vibes. But no, I loved it because it wasn't too much.
Yeah.
I feel like if anything was too much, it was when they actually hooked up.
Yeah.
Like during their assignment.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not entirely sure.
Someone call HR.
Well, it's like, because I was trying to think about like motivations all throughout.
Yeah.
And like that was one of the ones where I was like, I can't buy that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I'm somebody who I have a knowledge of the military experience overseas when they're separated from people.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who has a knowledge on that. So I've heard accounts of the experience, and it's like the maybe it's just the fact that I isolate myself or something. I don't know what, but the guy that relieved Levi.
Yeah.
He was like, "Sorry, you're the first person I've talked to in a year." It's like,
yeah,
that was really a big deal to you. Like a year? Like I get it. Like a year, no contact, whatever. Like I can't even be like there was no contact between Levi and Drasa.
Yeah.
To prompt being like, oh, they're gonna want to bang it out with the first thing they see. I can't even make that excuse because it's like, yeah, they were talking for what,
Couple
2
months,
months at that point. Because like they knew about each other for 2, and that's when she contacted him.
Right.
Because she contacted him that November, they arrived that September.
Yeah.
I don't think that they did.
It was
anything...
after Valentine's Day, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like February when they actually met up for the first time.
That was cold releasing this on Valentine's Day with the beginning. That was brutal.
I hold on. What happened at the beginning? Wasn't it him taking out the shot?
No, it was her father having cancer and saying if he was still alive, he'd kill himself on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So releasing on Valentine's Day was cold.
Dude. Granted, it still makes sense why they released on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
See, I must have completely blanked that part because I remember them talking, but I didn't remember like anything else about it.
That was like in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I remember him being like, you can't disservice Mother Russia like this.
Yeah,
right?
that was the same scene. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember the scene. I didn't really remember a whole lot from that exchange. Like I remember a little bit more from the exchange between Sigourney Weaver and Miles. And even then, it's just because Levi was being like, listen, I just get paid to do what I do. I go where they pay me to go. Like, I don't fucking ask questions. I do my job because I'm damn good at it.
Yeah. He's put in the miles.
Fuck you. No, this movie was just great. I love how they did the romance.
Yeah.
I love... Again, I love the acting from the two of them. Like, shocker, they're the shining parts of the movie.
Yeah. Their chemistry's great.
Yeah, I was blown away by that chemistry. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny when she was standing outside the bathhouse and she was holding up the vest and the tie. I was like, she's not gonna leave clothes out for her. She's gonna make him run buck ass naked.
Yep.
Granted, when I saw that, I was like, "Is she gonna be waiting side naked too?"
But when he gets there,
Yeah,
he
he
gets
walks
over
out.
and she's like, "You smell like crap."
Yeah.
Go take a shower. It's like,
Dude.
dang.
Dude, I admit it wouldn't look like it's that hard. It is very hard doing that.
Oh, the rope thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're stuck out on a zip line, it fucking sucks moving your way back.
I've never
to
got
the
stuck
end.
on one. I've only rode one once.
I've gone on zip line tours
Okay.
a few times. They're a lot of fun. I dig them as somebody who has a tremendous fear of falling.
Yeah, heights are bad. Heights are very bad.
But I've gotten stuck a few times, and it hasn't even been a gap like that. Like just like the last 40 or 50 feet of a line can suck. That dude was having to do, if I had to do quick math in my head,
Probably like 300, 400 feet.
yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
I honestly, I wouldn't even say 300 or 400. I would double it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's, there's at least,
Half a mile between.
yeah, at least, if not 3/4.
Yeah.
I
As we're being traumatized by the heights in this, join us in a few months where we go through traumatizing an entire generation when we review the new Final Destination movie.
haven't seen any of them.
What?
I haven't seen a
What?
I've heard. I've seen the lumber scene.
The log truck.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Traumatized an entire generation.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. I've been like, well, I'm glad I didn't watch that movie when I was a kid. I wouldn't be nearly as good of a driver as I am now.
You're a good driver?
I'm a fucking amazing driver, despite accounts.
I did not fear for my life at all driving back from Dune Part 2.
Listen, I wasn't.
I'm putting everybody
I'm not
on the
going to
spot this
incriminate
episode.
myself on this episode.
I'm
We'll
putting
talk about
everybody
this
on the
later.
spot.
No, I am a good driver, all things considered. Like
You can't add that.
what?
Some
You
assembly
can't-
required.
Exactly.
No, well,
You're a good driver.
I'm a good driver. It's snowing outside. People suck at driving in the fucking snow. I don't have a single fucking problem. It's a skill issue. I love driving in the snow. It's the one time that I feel confident because I'm like, I don't have to worry about all these other idiots going the same speed as me. I can just fucking floor around people on the roads and not have an issue. But no, it makes sense why he'd fucking reek. I get it. You wouldn't think that it'd suck because it doesn't seem like it's that much effort because of the very slight incline.
Fast and Furious Stoner Drift.
Shut up. No,
Puffed and furious.
That's good. That's really good. No, this is good. Her making him run buck ass naked over to the clothesline was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I honestly, like I said, I wasn't expecting anything to be outside that bunker. I was expecting him to have a whole ass running buck naked into the
We should
tower.
probably get into what actually happens in the gorge.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So the gorge is actually historical in a way. During the time of the Manhattan Project with Oppenheimer, this was another government project of biochemical weapons, where they're experimenting with a missile that would launch biochemical gases. And what happens is the missile leaks,
Yeah.
and that's what creates the gorge. It starts mutating everyone and everything inside. There was an earthquake. The gorge was actually on land, land level,
Yeah.
and the earthquake knocked it into a chasm. So that's what set up the entire gorge, which I feel is pretty original too.
No, it is. It is. It's part of the reason why I don't see Scott Derrickson doing a continuation of this.
Yes.
Because it's like, well, this was like a historical thing. Like, it makes sense why there was like a chemical issue that led to these mutants.
Yeah.
Given the time period that they said it,
Yeah.
it makes sense. But no, it's cool. I love everything about this movie.
Yes.
Like I really truly do. That setting specifically
Yeah.
is awesome.
It is.
Because we often see like alternate history,
Yes.
but when we see alternate history, it's often like they completely change something.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, oh, this additional thing is happening.
Like, yeah, not to get too into it, but Crisis on Earth X.
Yes.
We'll just
Crisis
say
on
that-
Earth
yeah,
X
we'll
is
just say that's
where
alternate history.
yeah, they won. We lost.
Yeah.
That's alternate history there. But while this is also alternate history,
Right.
this is
A minor change to the overall timeline.
yeah, it's like a lost file.
Yes.
Like if you were to recover U.S. secrets, shit
Yeah.
like that. Like it's like this is one of the ones that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
And
A misplaced Black Ops file.
yeah, like a recovered black box from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, I
Almost
love that.
100 years at this rate.
Huh?
Almost 100 years at this rate, like 80 years.
Yeah, close. Yeah. Him being like 70 years, I was like, what the fuck did that take place? And then they're like, yeah, while Oppenheimer was doing this, I was like, I guess that would be 70 years, roughly, depending on when you think about
I'm
it.
about to make Paul mad. It's time to infuriate you and not John.
What?
If we're talking Oppenheimer, I prefer this over Oppenheimer.
Same.
Apparently, Paul and Dylan are about to get a fist fight right on the episode.
I'll spare Dylan.
Loser.
Matthew is a loser.
Yes.
We're all losers here.
He's a looser.
No.
No. I just hit myself.
No, this
That was karma.
this movie was just awesome. I agreed. I do prefer this over Oppenheimer.
You
Admit it.
motherfuckers.
Oppenheimer was
How?
not my movie.
It wasn't.
I'm not somebody that likes based on historical events movies. I'm somebody.
Kill the Flower Moon was better.
Yeah, I still haven't checked that out.
Not worth it.
I'm willing to check it out just because of Lily Gladstone.
Yeah.
She was the lead actress in
Yes.
that, right? Okay.
I feel like you'd like it compared to Oppenheimer. You'd like this more.
Yeah, I'm very interested, and I'm somebody who hasn't seen a lot of Scorsese flicks. I know, it's a crime.
You've seen
I'm
The
starting
Departed, I
to-
hope, right?
I still haven't seen The Departed. You've known about this since the first episode, though.
Yeah, I figured you would have watched it then.
I'm starting to rethink sparing Dylan.
I
He
mean,
probably hasn't seen Goodfellas.
Please tell me you've seen Goodfellas.
I told you that the first episode that I had it.
Okay, that was 3 years ago.
Yep.
And in
Actually,
3
it
years.
was 2 years ago.
Well, 2 years you haven't seen the Goodfellas?
Correct. There are a lot of other movies that you guys have been like, you haven't seen this that I have watched in the past 2 years. So you have to give me some fucking credit. I watched the entire Alien franchise.
Oh, you've watched all of them now?
Yes.
Yes.
No credit given.
Like
Credit
I
given.
watched all of that.
So
So
you did watch Romulus then?
that's actually the last one I have to watch. I'm watching it before the Oscars.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm trying to at least watch the ones that interest me.
Yeah.
If I can't watch all of the Oscar
I'm
nominations.
going to try to watch The Brutalist and A Complete Unknown before the Oscars.
The Brutalist is interesting.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah.
Nice.
I watched it the same way that I watched Brave New World. But no, The Gorge is just awesome. It's such a good movie. I was so thoroughly pleased with it. Like I said, I really want something else because the score was awesome. The cinematography was amazing. The writing, again, there were a couple things where I was like, oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
There were a couple things where I felt that way, but other than that, I was like, this is awesome. Honestly, the only gripes that I really have about it would be them showing Levi's predecessor getting
Yeah.
shot. They should have left that a complete mystery.
I knew it was coming though. As soon as they picked him up, I was like, "There's no way they're letting him survive."
Yeah, I know. Them showing him leave, I was like, well, okay.
He's a dead
One,
man.
them showing him leave, and two, even before showing him leave, when it was like, this is such a top secret fucking thing.
Yeah, he's a dead man.
And it's like, if they're having one person do it per year, or, well, I guess two people doing it per year. If they're having that rotation,
It takes two to make a thing go right.
if they're having two people every year go into this and fight those things and see those things, because it'd be different if they were like, yeah, there are years where you don't see them.
Yeah.
Like that
Those
would
things
be
are probably
one.
coming out every few months.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so it's not even like there's a mystery about what might happen down there. So you can't even give like the soldiers that you place there, or the guardians that you place there, the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Of like, yeah, they don't know shit.
Right.
You can't even do that. Like you had to have people there around the fucking clock. You know that it's a fucking issue.
Yeah.
So like the fact that these people are going in and being like, oh yeah, we can leave. What makes you think that you can leave?
Right.
So yeah, when they showed that dude like leaving, I was like, that motherfucker's dying.
Yeah.
There is no way in hell that man is making it away from the gorge.
When they climbed the gorge, that was really cool with all the gunfire.
Yes.
That was like high intensity.
Well, I love the I love the tech design that they have for it,
Yeah.
because one of the things that you see, I'm not somebody that's seen a lot of military bases,
Yeah.
so I don't know if the rotating artillery guns, the mounted rotating artillery guns that they were using are a thing, but the fact that the artillery guns, not only could they point down, because artillery, when you think about artillery guns, there's only like a certain range of motion for it.
Yeah.
Just naturally.
Yeah.
When they were standing on their platforms, they were holding on to it, and the platform itself was pivoting forward.
Yes.
So it not only were they able to get that bottom range of motion with their artillery gun, just the natural one that it gets, but they were able to go even further and aim directly down the gorge wall.
Yeah. It kind of reminded me of the Millennium Falcon's guns.
Yes. Yeah, I completely see that. It's so cool. I love stuff like that. I feel like it's really underrated. It's one of those things where watching this movie, I was like, the set design on this is impeccable.
The set design is the top tier.
It really is.
And cinematography, yeah.
I hope that this is one, and maybe there will be 4 or 5 other movies this year where I'm like, okay, those deserve it more. But for right now, I have a really high hope that they nominate this for set design.
For the Oscars?
For the Oscars.
Yes.
Or at least some awards somewhere.
Yes.
Like, I needed to get recognition, because the set design here is just insane. It doesn't matter where as soon as you get to the gorge, there can be no complaints.
There better be People's Choice Awards.
No, for sure. Like, I need this movie to get some recognition. This is so good.
It is.
I need more. I just, like I said, everything about this movie was amazing. I'm not going to say that it's a 10 out of 10 movie. We'll get to just, unless you have other comments, we'll get to scores in a second.
Yeah, I just 2 more. The Jeep scene was really when they're standing on the Jeep. So there's a Jeep with a winch, and they're winching it up the gorge wall to get out of the gorge.
Yeah, they're basically driving straight up.
Oh, probably like a mile up.
Yeah.
But the creatures start attacking while they're on the Jeep, and they're often to fight the creatures off while they're on this rising Jeep climbing the gorge wall.
It's so cool.
It's intense. The jump scares were really well done, this too.
Yeah.
They got me quite a few times.
I was eating the first jump scare.
Yep.
And I could tell that the jump scare was going to come on. I was like, I'm not going to fucking get got by this. Yeah. So I just buried myself in my chicken nuggets. I was like, I'm not doing this right now.
Someone called Grogu chicken nuggies.
Yeah.
The last thing, you might have noticed this, I don't know. Towards the end of the movie, they get away, they blow up the gorge, and they go to meet at this place in France.
Yeah.
Scott Derrickson is very open about his faith. They're meeting at the foot of the cross.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But I figured that was a callback to Scott Derrickson being a Christian.
I fully see that. I didn't
Yeah.
know that about Scott Derrickson.
Yeah.
Or I think you've mentioned it like once, but I
Yeah,
completely
I
forgot.
might have mentioned it before.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I didn't make that connection.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I just thought that was interesting.
That's really cool
That was like one
because
of the
it's
last
like a
shots of the
faith
movie.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
yeah.
I
It ended good, and
I was happy with it. I will say, I wish that it was a little bit longer. Again, I wish that they would have spent some more time in the gorge.
yeah, like 15, 20 more minutes.
Yeah, just a little bit extra something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they could have explored the lab a little bit.
Yeah,
But honestly, what the hell are they going to do walking around a lab?
right. They're soldiers. They're not scientists.
Yeah, they're soldiers of fortune, man.
Yeah.
Like there's no point. So I'm not disappointed whatsoever.
Yeah.
This was truly a beautiful movie. I was
was.
very happy with it. I think that it was very well done. I think the way that they mixed the different genres together was executed amazingly.
Yes.
I highly recommend this to anybody that's listening that hasn't watched it yet.
I do too.
Which, if you haven't watched it yet and you sat through a spoiler-filled review, I'm sorry. I really would have recommended you watch this, watch this movie first and then come back. But this movie was just amazing. I need a continuation of this universe with the same team coming back. Again, I don't need Miles and Anya becoming like monster hunters or anything.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. But what you mentioned earlier, like maybe an anthology. The first thing that comes to mind is or a relevant comparison would be the Dark Pictures anthology, which is a game series. But that consists of these also that also has like alternate, almost supernatural history pieces.
Yeah.
Where like there's granted they are supernatural, but like a Man of Medan is something that I would compare to this because
Okay.
it's that was like a alternative from the Vietnam War, I think, or
Okay.
Korean War, I can't remember, but something like that where it's the thing tying it all together is Dark Lake.
Yeah.
Like it's a bummer that we will lose out on Sigourney Weaver being the person that really connects it together, because that would be neat in
It
my
would be.
opinion. But I would love something else, even if it's like a mini series.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like a miniseries that would explore Dark Lake and like the messed up things that it could be involved in.
Like
Would be
Monarch
awesome.
Legacy of Monsters.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly like Legacy of Monsters.
Another Apple TV.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, Apple TV, don't fuck this up. Give us more.
Hear us out.
Yeah. I'll make a pitch. It's probably going to be a bad pitch, but I'll make a pitch. No, I was very happy with this. I
Yeah, I
love
was
The
too.
Gorge. It was such a good movie.
I actually did give it a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it wasn't sitting with me with the score that I initially gave it, which was 4 out of 5. Just because I try to leave some room when I do my when I do my stuff. I'm somebody that normally gives movies 4 out of 5s.
Yeah.
That's basically my staple at this point on this podcast.
Yeah.
Is 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 4 out of 5. But 5 out of 5 for sure.
Yeah.
No, like this isn't. I'm not gonna say that
It's a perfect movie. No.
Yeah, it's not one of those like art house films.
Right.
Because like there are like 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 art house pictures.
Yeah.
This is not by any means that.
Right.
But this movie and its execution and how every single piece of the puzzle tied together, it's a 5 out of 5.
For
It
the
really
quality
is.
mixed with enjoyment, it's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it's amazing. I truly love this movie. So far this is my favorite movie to come out of 2025.
Yes.
Now,
mine too. I've only seen
Companion
3.
might change that. Yeah. Like I only have 2 so far, but I love this. This is so good. I highly recommend The Gorge to anybody listening that hasn't watched it.
I'm
It's
actually
so
gonna
good.
rank the Scott Derrickson movies.
Yeah, go for it.
I know
Go
you
for it.
said you've only seen a few. Paul, if you want, you can join them too. The one I haven't seen, I've put in last because I don't know where to place it. Deliver Us from Evil. That came out in 2014, so I've got that
Okay.
at 8. Hellraiser Inferno's at the bottom. That's not a good movie. The next one I'm meh on. It's not a bad movie. It's just not for me. Black Phone's at number 6.
Okay.
Um,
I forgot that he did Black Phone, actually.
The Day the Earth Stood Still is at number 5. Not necessarily a good movie, but I enjoy it.
Mm.
Number 4 is Sinister.
Okay.
One of the scariest movies I've ever seen. And that's something else I wanted to bring up. Scott Derrickson has a thing for 8mm cameras.
Don't blame him.
They showed it in this movie again with the flashbacks.
Yeah.
And I believe they showed it in the Black Phone 2 temporarily or something. I think.
It would have been the flash scenes of the victims.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe they showed an Exorcism of Emily Rose briefly too.
I still really need to watch that.
Yeah. So Sinister's number 4. Here's where it gets interesting. Doctor Strange is number 3.
Okay.
The Gorge is number 2. And Exorcism of Emily Rose is number 1.
That's the one that. That's the one that I've always heard the most good things about from his repertoire.
Exorcism?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, granted, I'm not somebody that looks stuff up about it or anything.
Right.
But I've seen a lot of people talk, mention it, and it's what makes me really want to watch it.
Yeah. Like we did our movie a few weeks ago, our look back at 2005 movies.
Yeah.
It was my number 4 behind Revenge of the Sith, Batman Begins.
Yeah.
So it's quality.
Scott Derrickson is one hell of a filmmaker.
And that was his debut, technically.
What, Exorcism of
Yeah.
Emily Rose?
Because Hellraiser was a direct-to-DVD.
When did that one come out?
2000. So it was 5 years before Emily Rose.
Oh. I thought Emily Rose came out later.
No, Emily
No,
Rose
I
was
must
2005.
have been thinking about some other movie. Not with my comments that I just made,
Yeah,
but the release date. I mean.
yeah.
Okay.
You might be thinking The Last Exorcism, 2010.
No, I think it's something else, but I can't remember.
Okay.
Whatever.
Anyway, do you want to rank them, Paul, or?
Sure. Something that you may not know and that most people probably don't. I sure didn't until I just looked at his Wikipedia. He still makes short films.
Yeah.
Oh.
He has one that just came out a couple of years ago called Dreamkill. So I have to watch that.
Yeah.
Assuming it's available for viewing.
Yeah.
Hellraiser Inferno. This is going to be a hot take for my horror fans. I don't like the Hellraiser series at all.
Mm-mm.
I never got in. I see the appeal. I see why people would enjoy it. I just find nothing enjoyable about it. It's just not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. I'd rather watch Interstellar 5 times back to back to back than watch one of the Hellraiser movies. I said that purely for Matthew's gratification.
I feel like. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say a comment about the Hellraiser franchise. I haven't seen any of the Hellraiser movies. I keep meaning to watch at least the latest one because I heard good things about it. And I also want to watch the original, but from what I can understand, it's people. I feel like people attribute Saw to being the big torture porn instigator. It's got to be Hellraiser from my understanding of the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe that I get from it. It just sounds like BDSM torture porn.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's exactly
Which
what
not
it
judging.
is.
I just no, sorry. I just want to make that comment.
No, you're exactly right on that. But yeah, so that's going to be my last place.
Okay.
Then I would have to say The Day the Earth Stood Still would be after that.
Did it sit still with Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Okay.
Deliver Us from Evil.
Okay.
I need to rewatch that though, because I don't remember a lot about it.
I keep getting confused with Drag Me to Hell. Don't know why.
I have done that too. Shoot. Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Exorcism, and Black Phone. Black Phone being my number one.
Then where's Sinister?
Oh shit, you're right.
I was gonna
He
say,
did do
something's
Sinister.
missing.
Sinister would be number one.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, those two movies are specifically way more up my alley. I'm very careful with exorcism stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After The Conjuring.
Yes. I still don't know if I've actually seen The Exorcism of Emily Rose, but from what I remember, from what footage that I know I have seen, it will be in the top half of my list at the very least.
If you don't know if you've seen it, I guess we got to change that.
I'm down. If you
I'll pick a
trust
horror
it,
movie, yeah.
if you trust it, then I know I'll be
Yeah.
okay.
This is topsy-turvy. I'm the one picking a horror movie.
Right? Next, it's funny because there's a sci-fi movie that I've thought about picking.
For the record, to clear things up, we pick movies every other turn. Like one time he picks a movie, at one time I picked a movie. And for the other thing earlier about watching Interstellar on a phone, I refuse to watch Interstellar now without my projector, which you guys can't see, but there's a 120-inch screen right there.
I mean, you spoil yourself. Gotta give you that. It's one hell of a way to watch it.
Yeah. I'll just give this for a second. Like, projectors are not expensive.
They're not.
My whole setup was like $400
Yeah.
for the surround sound and the projector. Obviously, my projector's not the best. I'm going to get a better one because I need to replace this one, but
Yeah.
still, it's only going to be like a like the projector I'm getting is like $220. So, like, if you have the room, because you need like distance between projector and screen to make the screen size.
Right.
If you have the room, I'd go for a projector. The quality's not going to be as crisp as a 4K TV, but it's still a great way to watch movies.
Yeah. I actually.
This is not a sponsor.
Yeah. I ditto.
You're really projecting.
I am.
Shut up. No, I ditto. No, watching things on a projector is awesome.
It's a vibe.
Yeah. My the last relationship I had where I was living with somebody, literally that's what our setup was in the bedroom. I installed a overhead projector. I had a drop down screen at like a foot or two away from the end of the bed,
Yeah.
and it was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it.
The picture's not perfect, but it's great.
Yeah.
It's just the vibe of a projector.
Yeah, I mean, you can get cheap projectors that alleys work for 6-7 months for like $80.
Yeah, this was $110, and it worked for like a year and a half.
Yeah,
Year and a
yeah,
half.
but before it starts having the issues
Of lens burn, yeah.
Yeah, my issue was my projector. When I bought it, they were like, "Oh, you need to buy speakers for this too," even
Yeah.
though there's speakers on the projector.
Yeah, the speakers on the projector stink.
Well, the thing was, it was like, "Oh, well, we can't play sound from Netflix or all this other stuff
Oh, that's
because
stupid.
of." Yeah, it was because it was like an IP protection thing. It's like, then why is it able to play fucking Netflix?
Right.
Like, you'd think that it wouldn't be able to play any of it if it was an IP thing.
Right.
But like it worked for like 4 or 5 months, and then the speaker was like, "Oh, I'm not supposed to work," so I had to plug in my computer speakers. But no, ditto.
Yeah.
Using a projector for watching home media is awesome.
Yeah.
Fully recommended.
Buy physical media.
Yes, please.
Apple released this on physical media.
Please. I don't want to have to go online and find somebody that is selling a bootleg.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
You
like
do
I
what
want.
you got to do, but like we prefer to buy from you.
Yeah, like I want to give you the money for this, so you know that it is a good idea to do this.
Yes.
So do this. Do what Shout Factory does. Release in batches.
Yes.
Do a batch of orders, and then release that batch of orders and take orders for others in the meantime.
Would this technically be under Scream Factory then?
Because of the balance, I think that it's
Or would
Shout
it still
Factory.
be, you'd still think Shout? Yeah.
Yeah, because Scream Factory is
It's like pure horror.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Scream Factory handled the release, the 4K releases of the Halloween franchise.
Yeah.
I
I think Event Horizon was Scream Factory though.
probably.
Yeah.
I could see that. I know the Blob was. I
Yeah.
know the Fly got its through Scream Factory.
Yeah.
Killer Clowns, I don't think was Scream
I need to
Factory,
get
but I can't
Killer
remember.
Clowns.
Surprisingly, I want to buy Killer Clowns.
Yeah.
Like as somebody who fucking
Is that Matthew's audio, or
Spice
is that
Clowns?
Matthew's autobiography?
Yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Makes sense.
Yeah. Well, you need your own fart gun, but aside from that, no. The Gorge was an amazing movie.
Top tier.
Scott Derrickson and his team, they absolutely nailed it here. I was so happy with it.
Thank you for watching this review and listen to us ramble on and geek out.
Yeah, thanks. I know that this was a lot of like, this is so cool. This is so cool. This is
was
so
like the
cool.
Skeleton Crew episode.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when I watch something, I really love that project. That's just how my brain is. This is awesome. I turned into a little 5-year-old. It was just so cool. Again, the designs in this were the standout for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to us ramble.
Remember
Again,
to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
make sure to check out our other episodes.
Check out our socials.
Yeah, make sure to check out our socials. We're most active on Twitter
And Facebook.
and Facebook.
Yep.
We do have accounts everywhere else though.
We've released our this year so far. We've released our Skeleton Crew episode, Creature Commandos episode. Me and you reviewed some fan films last week.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of fun with that.
I still feel mean about what I said.
We did our we looked back at the top 10 movies of 2015 and 2005, and next week we are looking back at the top movies of 95.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that'll
let's
be
go,
interesting.
baby.
We thank you for watching. We hope you check out all our other stuff. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up, so stay tuned. We'll see you guys later.
See you later.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. God, no.